Hello and welcome everybody. I come in peace. I make this video with a heavy heart. A recent article has come to light. I'm a little bit late on it. I saw Ronaldo Goes and Willem Petzer talk about this issue, and I would like to bring this up because I think it follows one of my previous videos called Population Growth, Average IQ and Intelligence and the State of South Africa. Now, this is extremely sad. It's unfair. It's racist. Plans to expropriate 3% of private company profit for new 100 billion rand fund. The South African government plans to establish 100 billion transformation fund to foster economic transformation by supporting black-owned businesses and small and medium and micro enterprises. This does not include colored people. It does not include Indians. It does not include white people. So small businesses owned by minorities are going to have to pay an extra 3% so they can make up 100 billion rand in funds so that they could help failing businesses. These are failing businesses. Businesses fail for a reason. If you don't give the customer or the client what they want and your business fails, it's not because of a legacy of apartheid or anything like that. It's because you aren't giving the services or the goods and the things that the people want or need. This is a socialist policy. This is wealth distribution. It is a socialist policy. This is also extremely racist. Ronaldo Goes mentioned that there are more race-based laws in South Africa now than they were under apartheid. That's true. You can check that out for yourself. This is on top of the BEE. I as a freelancer pay 25% tax on every rand that I make. I'm a freelancer. I'm not a private company, so this won't affect me, but it's going to affect a lot of businesses. Businesses that actually that are functioning properly. This is 3% out of their shares now, out of their cuts. This is very sad. It's racist. It's unfair. I implore you to please go and watch my previous video where I expand on the demographics, the explosion in population since the advent of the 19th century. It is insane. The numbers are insane. I speak about average IQ and intelligence, what the bell curve is and where South Africa falls on the bell curve. And I also spoke about a lecture by Jordan Peterson where he talks about IQ and the job market. So basically where in the job market you would fall with your given IQ that you were born with. IQ is something that you're born with. We don't really have a way to increase IQ. The only known method really is breastfeeding infants can raise IQ significantly, something like 10 points. But a person is born with a certain IQ, and there's nothing really that you can do about that. Here's just another graph showing the massive boom in population in South Africa. Around here we've got the apartheid era. You don't see any dip in the population. There's no massacres and well, obviously there were atrocities that happened. I don't deny that at all. But this is just an upward curve boom. And there are many reasons for this. As I understand at the moment, we have about 60.5 million people living in South Africa. The black population making up 50.5 million of these people. And the rest now need to carry them even more with more taxes and things like this, wealth distribution. This does not work. It has never worked before, and it won't work again. I don't know, you guys know about the saying, the definition of insanity is trying something over and over again, expecting different results. The results won't change. Now, the sad part about this whole thing is that I want to end on a good note with a solution. How can we solve this problem? I have absolutely no idea how this problem can be solved. What we do need to do is we have to have this conversation. We have to talk about average IQ and the population and its demographics. This is a thorn in our side that no one touches, no one wants to touch. I understand that, because you can lose your job because it could just be seen as racist. But this is scientific, hard data. This is not my opinion. This is not coming from my emotions on the subject. This is me doing my own research and putting the puzzles together, and they fit perfectly well. If you take into consideration, again, please watch my video. I'll put it in the link below. I'll also add this business tech article in the link. I'm not going to continue reading this because my point that I'm trying to make is that we need to talk about this problem over here. If we don't talk about it, nothing will change. I don't have a solution to it. I don't know if there is a solution to it, but not talking about it won't do us any good either. Now, I'm going to end my podcast with a little snippet from the video of Jordan Peterson talking about people on the lower end of the IQ spectrum. Again, I'll link that video in the description below. I thank you for watching. I might actually jump in at the end just to say something, but please have a listen and enjoy. So I would just like to add that Jordan Peterson is saying that below 93, there's very little for people to do in a high functioning society. And then he says that is 15% of the population. That is 15% of the Canadian population with an average IQ of 100. Our average IQ is 77. This is very scary to think about it. It's very scary to think about, but it is important to think about it. It's important that we have a dialogue about this and talk about it, because it's not going to go away. It's not going to, the solution is not wealth distribution. That ends in abject poverty for everybody. The people with the means to leave the country, if it gets to the point where the rules just mount up, they are going to leave. They are already leaving. So it ends up bad for everybody, for the very most poor people, and the rich can just leave. And the vast majority of people are lower middle class people, lower class, middle class people. All white people aren't rich. All Indian people aren't rich. All colored people aren't rich. Most are living paycheck to paycheck. Most are poor. This is not the way forward. I thank you very much for your time. Have a great evening.